Hey guys, this is Sidra. Welcome to my YouTube channel Educate with Sidra. In this video, we will discuss about the topic chromatography, that is one of the method of purification. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon. So let's start. First, we will study about the importance of purity. It detects harmful impurities, quality product, chromatography, and if a solid is pure, if having a constant and exact melting point, and a liquid is pure if having exact and constant boiling point. Impurities lower the melting point of solid. So we can say impurities inversely proportional to the melting point, and impurities directly proportional to the boiling point of the liquid. Example of pure substance is ethanol. Okay, another example is benzoic acid. I'm writing here. Benzoic acid. The melting point of pure benzoic acid is 122 degrees centigrade, and the melting point of impure benzoic acid lie between 118 to 121 degrees centigrade. Hence, we conclude as saying that the pure benzoic acid having the melting point of 122 degrees centigrade means as saying impurities. It means this thing that the solid is pure having the constant and exact melting point, and a liquid is pure having the constant and exact boiling point. Here we see this thing, impure benzoic acid have not the exact and constant melting point. Now next topic, chromatography. That is one of the method of purification. The other methods we have already studied in the previous videos. Okay, so what is chromatography? It is basically the method of separating two or more components that dissolve in the same solvent. Or we can say separating two or more components that dissolve in the, or we can say this thing like separating substance on the basis of their differing solubilities. Okay, it has so many types, but we are in your syllabus, we are covering the paper chromatography. But what are the types? Types are it may be affinity. One type is ion exchange. Other type is gas. Next type is liquid. And paper chromatography. There are so many types of chromatography: affinity, ion exchange, gas, liquid, paper chromatography. So we are covering the paper chromatography. What is paper chromatography? It basically separates the dyes in a sample of food coloring. And what is the procedure of paper chromatography? It basically involves the placing a spot of the substance under investigation near the end of the strip of the absorbent paper, that is similar to the filter paper. If a substance is solid, then it first be dissolved in the suitable solvent. The paper is then suspended in a shallow tray containing solvent, which is normally we take ethanol. And a pure substance is made up of only one dye. It gives only one spot on a chromatogram. So what is chromatogram? Chromatogram is basically a paper with the separated components. It is a chromatography paper with a separating components that we call chromatogram. Okay, this is the diagram of paper chromatography. This is a paper. You see this thing. This is a paper. This one is paper. This is whole dipped in a solvent. This is a paper dipped in a solvent. Solvent normally we are taking ethanol. This is the highest point. The liquid dissolved, that is a solvent Fran, and it's covered with the lead. So there are so many components. You can see color component yellow, pink, purple. There are so many blue. There are so many components in this dye. So it's separating the dyes basically. So the components are red, purple, blue, and that is the highest point. That is a solvent Fran. and this is the origin. Here we place a spot. Okay. Next is chromatography depend on. So traveling on the paper depend upon two things we will discuss later. First we have to study the two phases of the chromatography. Chromatography separates the components of the mixture into two phases. And what are the two phases? Mobile phase and stationary phase. What is mobile phase? It is basically the solvent. And what is a stationary phase? It is basically the column with silica gel. The components, the mixture is dissolved in a fluid called mobile phase. The mixture is dissolved in a fluid called mobile phase. We can say the solvent, which carries it through a structure holding another material called stationary phase. Okay. So the component that adhere more strongly to the stationary phase travel more slowly compared to those with a weaker adhesion. I'm writing here. The components that adhere more strongly to stationary phase travel more slowly compared to those with weaker adhesion. Okay, so this is the two phases. Now we are covering the topic what the traveling on the paper depend upon. I'm writing here. Traveling on the paper depend upon two things. One is adsorption and the other is solubility. So one is adsorption and the other is solubility. Adsorption is basically how well a component of a mixture sticks to the stationary phase. How well a component of the mixture sticks to the stationary phase. And what is solubility? How well a component of the mixture dissolves in the mobile phase. How well a component of the mixture dissolves in the mobile phase. So we conclude two things: increase in adsorption. Increase in adsorption means this thing less molecule will move. Less molecule will move, okay? And increase in solubility means this thing more molecule will move, okay? So this is about the chromatography. Next is question arises why we consider ethanol over water. So the substance to be separated are more soluble in ethanol than water. This is the reason, okay? So the more soluble a pigment is, the more faster it will move. Next topic is quantitative factor. We also call this thing retention factor, that is the RF factor. What is RF factor? It is basically the distance spot moved divided by distance solvent moved, or we can say distance traveled by the substance divided by distance traveled by the solvent. Here we are taking the example. This is the paper. Okay, this is basically the origin. This is the origin. Okay, and this is point component C. This is A. This is B, and this is the highest level. The furthest point reached by a solvent is the solvent front. This is the solvent front. Okay, now we are considering from origin till C. It is the 1. We are taking 1. from A to origin 2, from B to origin 3. This is just an example. From solvent Fran to the origin till the origin is 5. Okay, now the distance traveled by the component you can see in the figure. What is the distance traveled by the component C? Yes, it's 1. And what about A? Yes, it's 2. Very good. And just guess about B. Come on. Yes, it's 3. Very nice. And what is the distance traveled by the solvent? Look at the figure. Yeah, this is 5. And what about A? Yes, again 5. That will be same for all the components. 5, 5, 5. Now the RF factor. Distance spot moved, how much the distance C moved? 1 divided by distance solvent moved, how much the distance solvent moved? Yes, it's 5. So 1 divided by 5, that will be 0.2. If we are taking RF in centimeter, then it will be 0.2 centimeter, okay? And what about point A? It's 2, okay? Then divided by, again, 5, that will be 0.4 centimeter. And what about B? It's 3 divided by 5, that will be 0.6 centimeter. Very nice. Okay, now what are the uses of chromatography? It basically determines the purity of the substance. Determine the purity of substance. Okay, separate dyes, separate component in a sample. Separate component in a sample. Identify the component. Identify the component in a sample. And identify substance like drugs, petrol, etc. Poison, etc. Okay. Drugs, poison, these are substances that it can identify. Okay, what happens if the RF value is 1 and RF value is 0? If RF value is 0, it means this thing solute remain in the stationary phase and thus it is immobile. Okay, that immobile means not moving. Solute remain in the stationary phase and thus it is immobile. And what happens if the RF value is 1? It means solute has no affinity for the stationary phase and it travels with the solvent Fran. Travels with the solvent Fran, having no affinity with the stationary phase. Okay, now next topic is chromatography of the colorless substances. And the colorless substances we are taking, for example, amino acid. Okay. So what we do, we first spray the locating agent on a chromatogram. And for amino acid, what is the locating agent? For amino acid, anhydrine. Anhydrine is a locating agent for amino acid. So we spray the locating agent on a chromatogram like anhydrine and it gives the deep blue color or purple coloration with the amino acid. That is used for normally for the fingerprints. Okay, and what is the procedure? To separate and analyze the amino acid, you have to follow the steps. Separate the mixture of amino acid by chromatography using a suitable solvent. Stop this process chromatography before the solvent reaches the top of the paper, that is the dry paper. Next step is spray the locating agent onto the paper. Then the locating agent reacts with the amino acid to form colored spots on the paper. By checking the RF value of each colored spot, we can identify the different amino acids. So this is the whole procedure. Okay. I hope you understand this topic chromatography and please don't forget to like my video and subscribe it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and comment.